Most people expect a love story to start with sparks. Mine started with silence, like the kind that fills a room after you're told the one you love has moved on. It was 2 years ago when I last saw Dean. His back was turned, arms slung around a stranger who wasn't me. I didn't cry. I smiled, wished him well, and walked out of his life like it didn't kill me inside. But life, especially in towns like Elmsworth, Virginia, has a funny way of dragging back the ghosts you thought you buried. Dean and I met during a 4th of July bonfire on Main Street. He was cocky, magnetic, and wildly unpredictable. I was quieter, nursing a Coke on the sidelines, fresh out of college and unsure of where I fit in the world or even my own skin. He noticed me before I even looked his way. "You always this mysterious, or just pretending to be moody for effect?" he asked, a smirk playing on his lips. "You always this loud, or just compensating?" I shot back. That was the beginning of everything. We were opposites in every visible way. Dean, the mechanic's son who wore leather and spoke like a man twice his age. Me, the librarian's kid, bookish and cautious, always second-guessing myself. But together we made sense in ways that defied reason. The first year was everything I thought love was supposed to be: chaotic, fast, bright. He left lipstick-red hickeys on my collarbone and whispered about forever. We made plans to leave town, to go west and start over. But forever doesn't come when one of you is scared. I should have told him I was afraid he'd get bored of me, that his fire would burn me out. Instead, I became colder, pulling away just enough to make him believe I didn't care. He found someone new that summer, a man named Tyler Cleancut, rich, already out to his family. Dean didn't tell me directly. I saw the photos on his feed, the smiles, the way his hand rested on Tyler's lower back like it used to rest on mine. That's when I smiled and walked away. I went to Boston, started over, tried to forget how his voice sounded half asleep at 2 a.m. or how he called me baby when he got drunk. For 2 years I stayed gone, until last week. My mom's health took a sudden turn, and I came back to Elmsworth to help with her recovery. I told myself I wouldn't look for him. But small towns have even smaller secrets. And Deanwell, he was never good at staying hidden. I first saw him at the local hardware store. I reached for a can of paint thinner, and his hand brushed mine. For a full 2 seconds, I didn't breathe. "Eli?" he said, as if my name were an old song he hadn't heard in too long. "Hey, Dean," I replied, calm, unshaken. He looked older, in a good way. He'd grown out his hair slightly and had faint lines beneath his eyes. But his gaze, that intense, soul-searching gaze, was the same. "I heard you were back," he said. "I didn't believe it until now." "How's Tyler?" I asked, unable to help myself. He blinked. "We broke up last winter." "Oh." Silence again. That familiar, loaded kind. "I shouldn't have let you go," he said suddenly. I almost laughed. "You didn't let me go, Dean. I left." He shook his head. "No. I pushed you away because I didn't know how to love someone who was afraid to be loved." There it was. The wound cracked open again. I left the store without another word. But I didn't sleep that night. A few days later, he showed up at my mom's porch, holding coffee, the same way he used to after our fights. "I'm not here to beg," he said. "I just want to talk. Please." Against every wall I'd built, I nodded. We sat on the porch swing as cicadas hummed in the background. "You looked happy with him," I said. "You made it look easy." "It wasn't," he replied. "I smiled for photos and lied to myself. But every night, I saw you in the space beside me." "Then why didn't you call?" "I thought you hated me." I looked away. "I didn't hate you. I hated myself for not being enough." His hand brushed mine. "You were always enough. I just didn't know how to make you believe it." My breath caught. "I still love you," he whispered. "Not like before. Deeper. Wiser. I know what I almost lost." And for the first time in years, I let myself cry. The next few weeks passed in fragments. Long walks, coffee dates, late-night drives with the windows down. He didn't push. I didn't run. We relearned each other slowly like lovers reading the sequel to a book they once adored. One night, after a rainstorm, we stood under the awning of my childhood porch. "I don't want to lose you again," he said. "But I won't hold you back if Boston's where your life is now." I shook my head. "Boston was never home. You were." He kissed me then. Not the way he used Toroug and hungry. This time it was slow, deliberate, like a promise being made in a language only we understood. They say some people come into your life for a season, others for a reason. Dean was both, a hurricane and a shelter, and I was done running. So when fall came and he asked me to stay, I did. Not because I had nowhere else to go, but because love, when given a second chance, is even more beautiful the second time around. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.